Welcome back to the show, the Communication Group Thunderdome. You're another bowl with Andy Carlson. This is 87 Best Weekly Podcast. Show about everything and absolutely nothing at all. Coming right at you one day a week. Sinchakan is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nickson. Nick, how's it going?
Good, thanks for having me.
Tell a friend, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. And we're back. Good times going to be had, except for talking about Alex Trebek. But, yeah, what can you do there? But plenty of other stuff. Talk some Game of Thrones. We got some news. It'll just be good vibes. Nick, do you remember the song?
Ain't it good? Ain't it right?
I know the chorus.
Walk with me here
I wouldn't have thought that was the guy who sang
For
it.
the longest time, I thought this was a Neil Diamond song. Because, so it's sung by Andy Kim, Rock Me Gently. He's also the guy who did Sugar, Sugar, do, 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 do. But here's the thing. Remember downloading songs from, like, LimeWire and Napster back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Because every time, so, like, songs would get mislabeled all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm sure that when people illegally downloaded this song, that it was Neil Diamond, Rock Me Gently.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know Billy Joel, back in the day, he used to get credit for the song, Oh, What a Night.
Yeah. Andy Kim. I'm adopting you. As official delegate of the Asian delegation, I'm adopting Andy Kim. Is decided. Yeah, it's going to be a good day today. Nick, how was your week?
Week's been pretty good. Steady at work. Yeah, I've been taking it pretty easy.
Even after, how many times have you watched the Game of Thrones trailer?
I watched it 2 times.
That's it?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it. I tried watching it at work, which is a horrible idea. So I don't got that. But then I watched it twice, like at home, like once, like through my TV, and then once on my phone in bed, spooning my pillow.
Are you fine waiting for the entire final season, or would you pay $100 right now to binge watch all the last episodes?
I will wait. I'm totally patient waiting.
Nick won't pay for J.R. Tolkien's other stuff. Oh wait, it's George R. Martin is a good Game of Thrones guy.
I'll wait because it's a family tradition to watch it with my family together. So
yeah,
so me and my uncle will watch it, and stuff. It's gonna be epic. They're compiling everything into six episodes.
Really?
The last season they're gonna do in 6 episodes.
So they're not doing the Breaking Bad thing where they break it up into 6 and 6.
Well, no, they kind of did. The season 6 was like 7 episodes, and then this is 6 episodes because most seasons 1 through 5 were all 10 episodes long. But these are all like extended, longer episodes.
Pelto, Remax preferred. Buy and sell in your home today. In Minnesota, call him 763-213-4617. He's the guy. Buy and sell a house. Well, you know the deal. JoshPelto.com. Josh Pelto Remax Preferred is right. All right, so today Nick's going to explain to me Game of Thrones like I'm 2 years old. We also have a game, and then we'll talk about Alex Trebek. Actually, let's talk about Trebek first. So this is very sad.
Yes. It was. I think he did a video announcement yesterday, or I believe Wednesday, whenever you guys are hearing this. Stage 4 pancreatic cancer, not a good one to announce.
Hi, everyone. I have some news to share with all of you, and it's in keeping with my longtime policy of being open and transparent with our Jeopardy fan base. I also wanted to prevent you from reading or hearing some overblown or inaccurate reports regarding my health. So therefore, I wanted to be the one to pass along this information. Now, just like 50,000 other people in the United States each year, this week, I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. Now, normally, the prognosis for this is not very encouraging, but I'm going to fight this, and I'm going to keep working, and with the love and support of my family and friends, and with the help of your prayers also, I plan to beat the low survival rate statistics for this disease. Truth told, I have to, because under the terms of my contract, I have to host Jeopardy for 3 more years. So help me.
So did you hear the laugh in the background?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So it's like, was that the camera guy? Was that the producer?
I think that's the producer.
Hey, keep the faith, and we'll win. We'll get it done. Thank you.
I think he's going to beat it.
I don't think so. No.
Well, he is super old, too, isn't he?
He's 78, 79, I believe,
Wow.
last time I checked. For his experience firsthand, I lost my mother to pancreatic cancer. The doctors gave her 6 months. She died in 6 weeks.
Oh.
But, I mean, that was back in 2001. I mean, the technology advances. I mean, I'm not pushing it all down. I mean, 2019, technology in medical is at the highest it's ever been, and obviously will keep improving over time. So I think Patrick Swayze had pancreatic cancer. I think he lasted well over a year after his diagnosis, but he too kind of came to it.
Well, pain don't hurt. And he's dull. I feel like, because I was thinking about this today, since the inception of television, who has been on TV the most amount of time, or like the most like minutes of like FaceTime? Where I looked it up. So the Guinness World Record was Regis Philbin, because he did Regis and Kathy Lee, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Also, he was on the Today Show, like back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that makes sense. But I feel like Trebek and Pat Sajak, just like half an hour at a time, 5 days a week, every single freaking day. Also in syndication. Like, that's to add up, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Game show hosts, and if you ever watch the Game Show Network, a lot of the old ones from, like, the 70s, 80s, they look exactly the same now. Like, they have a fountain of youth something. Like, you look up Chuck Woolery, he looks exactly the same. Wink Martindale, I think his name is. Like, the people from like, the Match Game, like, the old school people still look the same, and they're doing random knockoff sitcom shows on.
Would you be okay being a game show host? Because, like, you get a big fat paycheck, you work 2 days a week, and you're not going to do anything groundbreaking. You're not reinventing the wheel. Or literally, if you're Drew Carey on The Price is Right. But also, like, you have to be completely milquetoast and vanilla. Like, you can't say anything controversial. You have to be completely straight down the line.
Whatever, Bob Barker, no. That guy was a hound dog.
Well, yeah, besides that, but Bob Barker's, like, his controversial stance, hey, cut your pet's nuts off so that they don't reproduce all willy-nilly. Goodbye. Days of Our Life is next.
Goodbye. It's actually in Twin Cities, I believe it's Young and the Restless.
Yeah, thing about, like, watching Price is Right reminds me of either sick days or being home during the summer.
Yeah. No, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's me too.
Because it was always 10 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like if you're an adult and you're watching The Price is Right live, I feel like mistakes have been made.
Doesn't it? I think, the college times, sometimes we didn't have I had an 8 o'clock class, and then I might not have one till 11, so I could watch like the first half of it there. But, I think it's geared towards the stay-at-home moms and stuff, or maybe the gentleman who works a second or third shifts, because a majority of people still work 9 to 5, and, I'm not allowed to have TV at my work, so I can't watch, I never watched Regis or Kelly, or Ryan and Kelly or whoever is all in now, and, obviously The Price is Right. If I'm lucky, get home early enough to maybe catch the end of Jeopardy, and, Wheel of Fortune is always a prime time. That's usually before, like right after the news at 6:30. But the morning stuff, it's hard to see. But everyone knows The Price is Right, though.
Yeah. So, of course, best wishes and prayers for Alex Trebek.
Yes.
He's gonna kick this thing's ass, because who's gonna replace him on Jeopardy? Like, it'd be so weird. Like, Drew Carey hosting The Price is Right now. It's still off. Or like when Ryan Seacrest actually he's gonna host everything.
I hope not. No.
Never mind. I take it all back. Actually, you know who would be great at Jeopardy? Dan Patrick, the sports announcer guy.
Oh, maybe.
Also, he does or did. I don't know if he still does anymore. Sports Jeopardy. So he's already got experience.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I knew. Because I saw clips, obviously researching the Alex Trebek thing. He had someone in mind. If anyone was to replace him, and it was someone I never heard of. It was actually an announcer, like the guy who announces the L.A. Kings game. I think he said he would like that guy to replace him for some reason. I don't know, some random L.A. Kings hockey player or hockey announcer.
Yeah, well, there you go. So Game of Thrones, season 8. All right, so let's watch the trailer, okay. And then I want you to break it down for me in 5 minutes.
Oh gosh, okay.
The entire series.
Oh my god.
All right, so who's this?
That's Arya Stark.
All right, yeah. So for the listeners, most no. I am not a partaker of Game of Thrones. I respect it. I enjoy that other people enjoy it, but for me, and we talked about this earlier, like basically anything with magic or fantasy, I'm out. Where I'm very pragmatic. Where it's like, if Game of Thrones was just a straight up recreation of like medieval class warfare between rivals trying to grab the throne, I'm in. But if you had a dragon, I was like, yeah, I'm out. Or orcs, I'm out.
There are no orcs. Okay, no man, continue.
Wait, there aren't orcs?
No. I'll explain it later.
I know death. He's got many faces.
What's she running from?
We don't know.
How many pieces of breaking down things you may have missed in the Game of Thrones Season 8 trailer have you read?
I only watched one. The Nerdist News one.
Things you may have missed. It's dark.
I look forward to seeing this one.
How come she's British now?
She's a British actress, always, but sorry. Yeah, she's not supposed to have an accent.
All right, where do the ships come from?
I believe they are from the ships from the Ironborn nation.
See, so I'm really in right now on Black Sails, which was a show that ran on Stars, I believe, 4 seasons, pirate show, prequel to Treasure Island. It's really good. I like it, but just like I love the first Pirates of the Caribbean, but also it's like when they started going a little bit nutty with like the ghosts and the curses and the magic and all that stuff in Pirates of the Caribbean, I was like, all right, I'm out. I guess why I like Black Sails, because like, yeah, pirate stuff, scurvy, death. You're not fighting skeletons. That's all.
Everything you did brought you where you are now.
All right, so what's that? Whose castle is that? Is that the main castle?
No. Actually, I'm not sure whose castle.
How'd you like to be one of the knights where you're wearing all that armor and you have a pike, which is just basically a spear, and now you have to fight a dragon?
Terrifying.
Oh, there you go.
That's either the Red Keep, which is King's Landing, or another castle.
Now, this is Cersei Lannister?
Yes.
Ah!
And he got one.
Who's this guy?
He's the kind of the wizard, quote wizard mentor.
Now, she's banging her brother, right? Is the brother dead?
No, the brother's still alive.
Damn it.
Yes, they have had sexual relations.
Wait, why did they kill off Sean Bean in the first season, besides the fact that Sean Bean dies and everything?
I will explain that in a little bit. I'll explain that when we go through season 1.
All right, now that's Jon Snow.
Yep.
And this is the chick with the thing. Dragon chick.
Yeah.
The girl with the dragon tattoos.
Yeah, we'll call it that, yeah.
All right, now that's Jean Grey.
Yes.
All right.
They're coming. Our enemy doesn't tire.
Is Jason Momoa still in this?
No.
Or is he dead?
Yes.
All right.
Doesn't stop. Doesn't feel.
these episodes? Hour and change.
That's the big thing. They're usually under an hour. The first 6 seasons, and then 7 and 8 are long, or at least an hour long. These are probably going to be an hour and a half.
See, this is why it's the golden age of TV, and movies suck now, because movies have gotten so righteous and self-important, and they're an hour and a half, 2 hours max. But also, these TV episodes, you're essentially getting a movie every single week, like an hour-long movie. And there's a lot more room for character development. And it's flip-flop from back in the day where, because now, like, practical effects and CGI have gotten so much better and cheaper that, TV shows can do it on a regular basis. But back in the day, when you're trying to put on The Wizard of Oz, as opposed to, well, maybe that's a bad example, but you have like a Lawrence of Arabia in the 50s or 60s, whenever that came out, or Happy Days. Like comparing the scope and like the feeling that you get from them. There's no comparison anymore. That's all.
I intend to keep that promise.
All right, so they're together?
As of the end of season 7, yes, they
are they making sexy time, or they just alliance?
They made sexy time.
All right. Peter Dinklage still alive?
Yes.
Now, have they cut back on the gratuitous nudity?
Yes.
Because I feel like that was the in at the beginning.
Yes. I mean, I think that kind of was. I mean, there's still in every other episode, but I mean, it's not a big draw anymore. It's usually like, it's not like as important, I mean, obviously with the main star Emilia Clarke, who plays Daenerys Targaryen, obviously everyone's like, oh my god, we get to see her naked, and she was naked for many seasons, but I think she wrote it in her clause now that she's no longer naked. Otherwise, it's like a stunt double or something, or like it's like an epic part of the movie that she's, or the scene that she has to be naked for it.
Oh well, there you go. That's unfortunate. Well, it got too popular mainstream. They're like, all right, so we don't have to rely on these gimmicks anymore. Nerds are gonna pay attention because of the knights and like the dragon stuff.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that horse? Is that a dead horse?
Dead horse.
They're beating it.
No.
All right, now, are these like zombie horses?
Yes.
Damn it. All right. Who's leading the zombie horse army?
He is known as the Night King.
Is he the guy from the north?
The far north, yes.
Wait, has winter come yet?
It's starting to snow in Winterfell as we speak.
All right, because that was the hook from season 1, wasn't it?
Yes. The winter was coming.
And doesn't winter last like 50 years?
It's supposed to last a long time, but it's supposed to symbolize more that like a dark evil presence is coming to the mainlands.
So do people just deal with it, or do they move south?
The people in the north have to deal with it and fight it. The people in the south are usually fine.
Why don't they just move?
They're proud people, the northerners, much like Minnesota.
Yeah. All right. How do you think this is going to play out?
How do I think this is going to play out?
Yeah.
Well, do you want me to give you like a rundown?
Yeah. Give me the 4-minute rundown.
Okay. No,
some of Game of Thrones in 4 minutes.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well, I'm really, to be honest with you, to understand Game of Thrones, the way I would explain it to people is that there's season 1, then there's seasons 2 through 7, and then it's where we're coming at to now. That's how crazy it is to kind of watch a show, because season 1 was a completely setting up how the tone and how the world of Game of Thrones would be, as 2 through 6 and 7 was kind of like journeys. It's like a soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
But the big thing you have to know with season 1 is it starts with a death to the there's a king named who was the first king? I'm looking it up right now. Okay, so Robert Baratheon is king of Westeros. So Westeros is like the country, all the people live majority in this country called Westeros. So
3 minutes.
Okay, so the king has his number one guy die. So he goes north, and we meet the Stark family, like the main quote good guy. People like become attached to this good people called the Stark family, where Sean Bean is king of the north, rules the northern area called Winterfell. Robert asks Ned to come back with him to the south, to King's Landing, to help him rule and help figure out the death and figure out how to keep everything at peace. Little do we know that there's another family known as the Lannisters who are trying to take over and try to become king.
2 minutes.
So what happens is that Robert dies, and the son, the son Lannister, the Joffrey, becomes king at the end of season 1.
And we hate him.
Yep, and we hate him. So he's a jerk, but he's under control of the Lannister family, which is who Robert married into, and the Lannister family is very corrupt. So then, once Joffrey kills Ned Stark, so starts a war with the Stark family in the north, and because it's now confirmed that Joffrey is not the true son of Robert Baratheon, but but Jaime Lannister. So Jaime and Cersei have to try to say no, these aren't true at all, but they know it's true. So now there's other families. There's another Baratheon, Stannis Baratheon from the east, who's going to come in, and then there's other people all around who's going to try to come in through the throne. So seasons 2 through 7 is everyone trying to fight the Lannister family and then fighting with each other. And then the big thing is that there's a girl named Daenerys who was the daughter of the former king before Robert Baratheon took over and killed everyone, who's sent in this other continent called Esteros, and the story also follows her and her developing, her marrying the Dothraki people. That's what you see Khal Drogo.
15 seconds.
And then so it's her building her army, and then coming in and taking over that continent. And now she's over here. She meets one of the Stark sons. His name is Jon Snow, and now that's where we are in the show. Now it's them fighting the people of the north. Sorry. And also there's ice zombies in the far north that everyone's ignoring until this upcoming season. The end. Sorry. And your mind's blown.
So, I'm just going to watch Black Sails.
Okay.
I still have 6 episodes left. We got a game. Let's play the game. But first I'm going to tell you about the wonderful folks over at the Sterling Communication Group because they understand. They understand the Game of Thrones a lot better than I do. But, but also something that I understand is digital marketing, website building, as well as getting the word out there through all the digital channels that maybe you don't know much about, just like me. Just like Peter Dinklage, he drinks and he knows things. The Sterling Communication Group, they work and they know things, so they can work for you in 2019. Hit them up, everything under one roof, scgpr.com, the Sterling Communications Group. All right, so the game. Kick on the pyramid music. It's 3 Rolls and a Lie Game of Thrones edition from a producer, Allie. So the game is pretty simple.
I like that you know quotes from the show, but you haven't seen it.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of things that I don't watch or don't get into, but I understand the memes and the references from them.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's important to be part of the fabric of the culture.
All right.
There you go.
Props.
All right, so we have 3 Rolls and a Lie. This is a new game. So we have a bunch of actors and actresses from Game of Thrones. Producer Allie has assembled them. Let's see, how many are there? That doesn't matter. And she gives us 4 rolls, and 3 are legit, and 1 is a lie, and Nick and I have to guess. And loser, this is going to be Nick. We'll figure it out. All right, so first one up. Peter Dinklage, who plays Tyrion Lannister. First one had a cameo in Entourage in 2005. Did voice work for the Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian video game. Briefly appeared as an extra in Bad Santa in 2003 for a bar scene. And 4, played the same role of the deceased person's gay lover in both American and British versions of the movie Death at a Funeral.
Wow.
Okay, this is all very, very specific.
I'm gonna
All right.
I wrote something down.
I'm going to guess, because everyone was in Entourage. I think he was in Bad Santa, and I do remember him from Death at a Funeral, because the American version was like Bernie Mac or something like that, and he was like the lover of the deceased Peter Dinklage was. So I'm gonna say 3. Oh, sorry, 2. Narnia.
Okay, I guessed 3.
All right, I say 2. Nick says 3. Answer is 3. Damn it. Roll 3 while Peter Dinklage is appearing in a holiday movie. The movie is Elf, not Bad Santa. Oh, womp womp. What can you do? All right, so Nick has a point. He's on the board. In how many do we have? 2, 3, 4. Is there 5? Whatever. Stupid spreadsheets. Next one up is Emilia Clarke, who plays
Daenerys Targaryen.
That is not what that says.
Yep, that's definitely what.
She plays
definitely what it is.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Damn it! No.
First one is she did voice work for anime TV series Robot Chicken. She did voice work for anime TV series Futurama. She is cast as Sarah Connor Terminator in Genesis in 2015. And last one did voice work for the anime TV series Archer. All right.
Wow.
It was a little tough.
I got something down.
So I remember her from Terminator. Pretty sure that was it. I could see her doing Archer and was she big enough early enough to do Futurama? Because I feel like that wrapped up like 8 years ago. I'm going to say 2, Futurama.
I also said 2.
Both said 2. Both are incorrect. Roll 4. Emilia Clarke has not done Archer.
Oh, interesting.
So, the whiff. Whiffed on that one. What can you do? Nick leads 1-0 in 3 Rolls and a Lie, Game of Thrones edition. This is a good game. Mm-hmm. Next up, Kit Harington. Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow in Informa. So 4 roles. Cast as the character Milo in the movie Pompeii, which I bet that movie sucked. Anyways, appeared in TV series MI5 in 2015. Did voice work for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare video game in 2016. And lastly, did voice work for 2014's How to Train Your Dragon 2 Electric Boogaloo.
No,
all right.
What was that?
I don't know.
I got something.
All right, so I'm pretty sure he's in that movie Pompeii that no one saw. I think he's British, so I could see him being in MI5. I know he did Call of Duty, so I'm going to say 4, How to Train Your Dragon.
I also said 4.
Both said 4. Both are. Oh, incorrect.
Damn
Roll
it.
2. Kit Harington appeared in the movie MI5, but the TV series ran from 2002 to 2011. Technicality. What can you do?
I'm assuming that's a British movie.
Yeah,
British show.
MI5 is like their CIA.
Yeah.
It's you know how like CBS is starting to get too on the nose because I'm pretty sure they have a show that's just called FBI.
Yep, they are. They do. They do.
Anyways. Next up, Nick leads 1-0, which Maisie Williams, who plays Arya Stark. First one is had a recurring role in the TV show Doctor Who in 2015. Appeared in pirate series Crossbones with Claire Foy, Richard Coyle, and John Malkovich 2014. Which, what? Did voice work for anime TV series Robot Chicken. I did voice work for anime movie Early Man that starred Eddie Redmayne and Tom Hiddleston.
Early Man. Really? Oof, this is tough. I put a guess in.
All right. I'm going to guess Doctor Who. 1.
I guess 2. She wasn't Doctor Who.
Damn it. All right.
I guess 2, though.
Answer is roll 2. Damn it. Although she's appeared in a few costume dramas, Maisie Williams did not appear in Crossbones. Wow. All right, so Nick is up to an insurmountable 2-0 lead. And also, there's only one name left. Oh, well, there you go. Last one. Nicolaj Coster-Waldau.
Jamie Lannister.
NC Dub. Jaime Lannister.
Jamie.
The 4 roles. Number 1 starred as John Amsterdam / John York in TV series New Amsterdam. Appeared as a village sheriff in the 2005 movie Kingdom of Heaven. Cast as one of the Queen's spies in 2007's movie Elizabeth: The Golden Age. In 2016, the movie Gods of Egypt, he was cast as Horus, ancient Egypt god depicted with a falcon head. Oh, God, all these movies suck.
No, one's a TV series.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, I have a number down.
All right, I said 1 because I'm pretty sure New Amsterdam is about a. No, I don't know. I just said 1.
I said 1 too.
All right, both said 1. Both are incorrect. NCW has done several costume dramas, but not appear in Elizabeth: The Golden Age.
I didn't think he was in that TV show. I thought it was someone else. I thought John Amsterdam played. I thought it was someone else.
Well, what can you do? Anyways, Nick wins. I got smoked in that game. That was a pretty good game, although we'll have to do something else besides Game of Thrones, guys.
Props to Allie. I mean, those are really that was really tough.
Yeah, but what can you do? Let's do some news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I ain't got time to believe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Nick, what's going on in the world today?
All right, let's see. This is from the one I pull up was from the Today Show. There was a man that was trapped in snow for 5 days, and an Oregon man was stuck in his Jeep for 5 days after a terrible snowstorm, and claimed to have survived on just eating Taco Bell fire hot sauce packets that he had just in his car. And because of this, a news story came out. Taco Bell is now going to give him he was with a Taco Bell.
Now, here's the thing, though, where, all right, so 5 days, you can go without food for 5 days. Like, it's going to suck, but
yes,
you can do it. But if he's doing it for hydration, it's like, well, you're surrounded by snow. It's pretty easy to melt snow to get water. So, I mean, obviously glad he survived. Cool. I don't think the hot sauce packets were necessarily the sustenance.
Of course, I know. I completely understand with that too. But I mean, 5 days sucks, and he had a dog with him. So I mean, I'm thinking actually more about the dog, like,
whoa,
because I mean, how to explain to a dog that, dude, you have to hold off and be okay for a couple days until.
Did he drink the dog's piss?
I'm not reading that in this article
because I feel like it's weird to drink your own piss. Although, I've seen there is a guy who drinks like a liter of his own every day. That's weird. That's just weird, man. Like, did it almost get to the point where he had to eat the dog?
No, I don't think so yet. No, no, I don't think so.
Also, what do you do for 5 days just to pass the time?
Well, nothing really, because he had no cell phone.
Yep.
Let's see, yeah, he was just on a remote road. He just got stuck, and I think a plow came and like plowed him in more. Like, he was actually able to get out of the car and whatnot. Like, he wasn't like a claustrophobic thing, because he did try to get out and try to walk and stuff, but he was worried about his dog, so he stayed in for his dog. I would worry more about trying to stay warm, which it said in the article he did start up his car a few times to stay warm, but
snuggle with the dog.
Oh my God, the Today Show article is actually kind of like saying the Taco Bell fire sauce packets have ingredients like tomato puree, vinegar, jalapeno peppers that contain this much sodium and 2% of the recommended allowance of vitamin A. Trying to argue I don't know, it's hilarious.
It's a great marketing ploy for Taco Bell.
I feel like it's fantastic.
I feel like this is a guerrilla marketing tactic. Like, they put that dude out there for a reason, and he's like, Taco Bell, ooh, whatever. You sent me this. What is this? The Irishman.
Oh yes. I think this played in the Super Bowl. Did it?
I don't know.
I understand you're a brother of mine.
Yeah. Glad to meet you.
As someone who likes action films and mafia stuff, this looks like it could be the greatest movie of all time by all these names that they just listed.
All right, so De Niro, Pacino, Pesci,
and
Harvey Keitel. Duh.
Like, this is pretty much so you think you can mafia.
Yes, I do.
A really simple teaser trailer called The Irishman that's coming out this year. directed by Scorsese, and if you're a big fan of, like growing up, I was a big fan of movies like, The Godfather, what's my favorite, Goodfellas, Casino. This is like if all those movies like had a baby and made this, because you're bringing back Joe fucking Pesci.
Oh, Al Pacino plays Jimmy Hoffa. I feel like Pacino may be too old. He disappeared when he was 62, so I guess maybe.
Is that what it's about? Is it about Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah, it's about Frank Sheeran, a labor union official, mob connections, blah, blah, blah. So De Niro is the Irishman. Pacino is Jimmy Hoffa. Joe Pesci is some random guy. Ray Romano's in this movie.
I mean, Harvey Keitel. So you have, one of the greats from Quentin Tarantino. This is just an all-star cast of, if you dreamed of a Casino meets Goodfellas movie, which I've always dreamed of. I'm excited for this movie because, as it says, Joe Pesci hasn't had a major role in years. So to bring him back to do a mafia movie, I'm so excited for this one. I think it's coming out fall, maybe, or winter.
Yeah. Well,
so, I don't know. I sent it to you. I thought you might be interested.
Yeah. Anyways, what's next?
All right. You sent me this article. It is currently now the world's most expensive hotel suite in Las Vegas, my second home. It is I think it's the top floor. It has to be the top floor of the the Palms Casino. So if you know where the Palms is, across from, not on the Strip, but just west of it. A few.
It's over by the Rio.
Yep, over just a few blocks away. So probably a fantastic view. But it was designed by Damien Hirst. If you're like me, you're like, who? A British artist who is supposed to be world renowned. I guess he's the most, I think, prolific, most well paid artist in the United Kingdom. So he has some street cred. But he designed this building in the Palms, at the upper levels of the Palms, because he had a fresh remodel. And I guess it is $100,000 per night, and you have to stay a minimum of 2 nights. So $200,000 for a weekend. To stay there at the cheapest, and it's called Empathy Suites. The Empathy Suite. And holy shit, that's sharks.
I feel like $100,000. Are they live sharks?
I think so.
They're probably fake. I don't know. Just $100,000 a night, though. Even if you're balling out of control, that seems like a waste.
I think it's if you're a lottery winner, that'd be something I would maybe want to do once.
Also, it's the Palms.
It took over where I think it used to be where it used to be the Hugh Hefner suite. I think it used to cost $20,000 a night. So they definitely made some.
Oh yeah, wasn't the Palms where they had the Playboy Club?
Oh yeah, I don't know. If
you would know.
Of course I would know because I tried to get in. They won't let me in. I had T-shirts and sweats. So, but yeah, you can find a couple websites where you can take a look around, see some of the. There's a bar in there. Holy crap!
What's the most that you would pay to stay there?
$200.
Seems about right.
I'm sorry, it's. If you're a Vegas person, you don't really stay in the hotel. You go out and you explore stuff. Where you stay is irrelevant. That's why I argue so much of every time I go out to Vegas, I try to stay at a different place to have the experience. But I don't want to just stay in my room all the time. I'd probably do now because I'm lazy as fuck.
All right, so let's say that they give you a late checkout. So checkout is noon. Check-in is 3. So 21 hours. So 21 divided by 100,000 is now you said $200.
Mm-hmm.
So you could stay in times 60. So you could stay in that suite for 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes.
That's insane. I'm not doing it.
0.52. That's 60 times 0.52. All right, so 2 minutes 31.2 seconds. You could stay for $200.
No, I won't do that.
You're lost dog.
No, I can't. I can't do that. No.
All right. What's the last one?
All right. With a lot. This is the Leaving Neverland. something I haven't seen yet was Leaving Neverland. I mean, there's a ton of Netflix, there's a ton of Amazon videos of all these, prolific crime stuff, like biographies that you can read of, and they did one on Michael Jackson, Leaving Neverland, obviously well termed for his Neverland Ranch, where he may or may not have did some molesting. And I don't know, from what you were saying, it sounds like he might have, and I think people believe it now. I don't know. It's I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't feel good about talking about the story. But it looks like HBO released this one. It follows a couple people who have accused Michael Jackson for sexually abusing them over a period of time. Michael Jackson's estate is denying any of this stuff happens. Obviously, they should. And obviously, multiple family members are stating, their thing. But let's see. I don't know. This one I clicked on right now. It says Paris Jackson, daughter of Michael Jackson, is defending Michael Jackson's legacy following the Neverland premiere. So,
I don't know. Would you still listen to his music?
Yes.
Do you feel weird about it?
No.
I feel it's like this isn't new, where it's like it took a documentary where it's confirming all these cases because it's kind of like the R. Kelly scenario where we've known about R. Kelly and the underage girls and the P-tape and like Aaliyah, like R.I.P. Like back in the day, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's got charges. Like, oh, did you know this about R. Kelly? Where it's like Michael Jackson, yeah, great music video, Thriller. But we've known for many years, like, you don't have all of these pieces of, hey, I like being around these little kids. They sleep in my room. It's down a long corridor, and there's alarms that if someone tries to get into the corridor, and all of these things, like, it's too much circumstantial evidence to be like, we had no idea what the hell was going on. We knew, and people don't care. People still don't care now. Like, if you say something bad about Michael Jackson online, like the Jackson apologists will come after you. And they will kill you.
I don't think they'll say they'll kill you, but...
Well, they'll probably threaten it, except they won't have any follow through because they're.
I mean, do you see people, like, buying up all Michael Jackson stuff and then freaking burning it or, like, trashing it like goddamn Beatle controversy back from the 60s, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, yeah, they said this shouldn't be new. People, the 90s, the late 90s, like there's pictures, you could find horrible pictures of him, like his arrest photo is disturbing, and like he was arrested for this stuff, but I think like none of the charges stuck, so I don't know why this coming out now would cause any big hubbub. Yeah. And if you think this is the worst of a celebrity, there's a lot of celebrities right now that could be made into these documentaries right now.
Yeah. What can you do? That's the news.
The news with Uncle Dick.
From the entire Channel 4 news team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
Ah! All right, Nick, do anything cool this weekend?
Seeing Captain Marvel early Saturday morning before the big snowstorm, so hopefully I can get out through that and then try to stay out of the snow as much as I can. How about you?
Just staying out of the snow.
So much snow.
That is all. If you like the show, it's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio as well. If you enjoy it as well, tell us friends, spread the word. iTunes, Stitcher. Wait, I already said that. Add to the Jerome Homie Army. Big thanks to producer Allie for the impossible game that I just got smoked in, but again, what can you do? But for Nick, I'm Andy saying Annyeong, sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.